Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson. I'm back doing a video. I've had some traders who made a comment after my video from yesterday, my previous video, which was called Broker Recommendation, and they were asking a little bit more information, not on the broker part, but on the 80-20 way, the psychological way. So I decided to talk a little bit about that and a little bit about myself. I started trading back in September of 2004, which is 14 years ago. And I went to a seminar with over 500 people with my wife, and they were presenting their system and software, which was not cheap, by the way, and it's the first time I was introduced to trading. And as I was sitting there, I was telling my wife that this is what I want to do. I want to be a trader, and just like you and every other trader in the world, we're all excited. And the only thing is, nobody told me that it was really difficult. But they were saying with the system, their software system, which was not cheap, by the way, $4,300, and they said this is so simple a monkey could do it. Well, that got me super excited. I figured I was smarter than a monkey, so this should be a walk in the park, or a piece of cake to do. But let me tell you, it's not. Within the first year, I lost $30,000 with this supposedly super easy system. So there is no super easy system, not even the PIP trigger. It is easy for me now, but that's because I've learned how to trade. And you, as a trader, you have to learn. So do not jump from system to system because you're wasting your time and your money. What you got to do is you got to get that psychological part in order, and trade management and money management. And just to show you some of the stuff that I bought over the years, right in here, this section right here, I shoved all this stuff, and there's hundreds and hundreds in here, into the archive system. Let me just, if I can do it, try to show you as much as possible. And the list just goes on and on and on every week, spending money, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Just kept going and going and going. And by the way, this stuff is, I would label it as okay or not too bad, but I could not find success with it, so I just shoved it on my computer in the archive systems. Now roughly what you're looking at here is 170 gigabytes and a good 8,000 training videos. You might have recognized some of this stuff. If you've been around for 5 years or whatever or more, you probably have some of this stuff. So once the stuff that actually helped me, I shoved it in a folder right here. It's called Best Forex Systems, right in here. Now even though there's less folders in here, there's a lot more gigabytes. There's roughly 250 gigabytes and over 12,000 training videos. So as you can easily see, the list just goes on and on and on and on. It just never ends. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I had a burning desire and passion, which you have to be successful. Now I'm here to tell you, you don't have to go down the road that I did. First year I lost $30,000. I had nobody helping me. I was totally lost. And so I decided after a year and a half to stop trading live and just demo trade. So at least for the next six and a half years, I paper traded until the light bulb went off. And the way that it went off was not the systems. It is not the systems. It is the psychological part. And I bought different stuff. At the beginning, I stayed away from the mindset. I stayed away from, I was not good at trade management, not good at money management. and certainly the psychological, fear and greed, and that got the better of me. But this is one of the most recent ones I bought, as soon as I can find it. Markets Mastered here. And I picked up these 12 books. Now, on my computer, I have much other training which says basically the same thing as this one right here. So I do have other training which actually got me over the hump. I originally bought this 6 weeks ago because I wanted a different way, a concept, and I wanted to learn. There was some very interesting stuff in here. And by the way, I haven't gone through everything. I went through everything from the top down. The one I'm working on right now is Trade the Triangle 2. And whereas he teaches you how you can virtually have no losers. And I'm still in the middle of reading this book. It's 73 pages. I'm on page 20, I believe. But his teaching is very, very, very good. And especially when I got through the first one right here, and the next trade I put in, I got all my money back that I spent on this, which is, by the way, 88 euros for each one of these books. So even 14 years later, I'm still spending money. So don't be thinking that, a year from now, 2 years from now, even 5 years from now, you will still be spending money. But it's a much better concept to be spending money as you're making lots of money. So now I don't have a problem. If I see something of value, I'll buy it. And I know that I'll learn something that within the next 2 or 3 days, I'm going to get all my money back. Like, I'm aware of that. So that's why I buy it. I can hardly wait to read the last 3 down here also. Trend lines, which I use from time to time, but I'm not a master at it. I'm good, but not a master. And I'm a little bit curious on how to trade with a day job, part 1 and 2. I have no idea, but I guarantee you I'll learn something new from it. And remember, every time you learn something new, that will help your trading. You'll end up with more pips, and guess what pips are? Pips are, you're going to make more and more money. The more you learn, the more money you'll make. And that's just the way it is. So remember, it's good to have a system, and you have to have a system. There is no way around it. You have to have a system that you like, and you have a little bit of faith in it. But the most important one above everything is the 80-20. I'll repeat it again. You have to understand the 80-20 way. This 80 is the psychological and the mindset, and I do have a lot. But after that, 10% is, as I'll just repeat it again, 10% of this 20 is trade management and money management. You have to get that in order. And then only 10% is the system. So do not spend a lot of your time and a lot of your money, which is what I did. All those systems that I showed you it cost me over $70,000. Now I have money, so that's not a problem. I made my money, doing importing and selling, and made a lot of money by the time I was 35, so that I was able to easily slip into trading with no expectations. If I make money, I'm happy. Like my wife said, just keep working on it. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You like it, you spend enough time on it, you will eventually figure this out. But if you don't want to be spending 5 and 10 years, and some traders are 12 to 20 years, but they just keep plugging away at it. But the most important thing is the psychological. You got to get that in order. So it wasn't only until after I was doing, if I can find it in here, Norman Hallett helped me a lot. That helps your psychology. Things like Trading Psychology with Dr. Reed is another one. And I'm sure tucked in here there is a lot more. A lot of these courses, within the courses, they do touch on trade management, money management, and the psychological part. So as I was saying, there's over 250 gigabytes within here and over 12,000 training videos. Like in some of these folders, there's a lot of other systems within it. Like I have a lot of systems within some of these folders. This is 146 systems in here. So just as an example, there are a lot of training, and it took me over 40,000 hours, and if you figure that out, that's an average of minimum of 10 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. But some days I would do more because the videos are very time consuming. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go through to an extreme like I did, but I have so much love for it, and my wife was always working a lot, so what else am I going to do? Which is fine. I love doing this, and I knew one day it'll pay huge dividends. So, but you don't have to do an extreme as much as what I've done. Now, I can guide you in the right direction, point you in the right direction, and which will knock years off your learning curve, and you don't have to jump around through hundreds of systems. But you got to make sure you get that psychological, and then trade management, and then money management. Like, this is extremely, extremely important. If you ignore those three, forget it. All the money you're spending on systems is just a waste of your time. It will not work, and you will fail. And another thing is, you should not trade with real money until you can demo trade and be successful 3-4 months in a row, like 30%, 50%. Build your increase your account. If you open up a $10,000 account, try to get between 12 and 15,000. Like, increase it. And if you cannot be profitable, do not go live, because you will lose. That's a guarantee. Some people used to tell me that, but I always used to say, I don't pay enough attention. I have to be in with real money. Well, and if you're that kind of trader, well, then open up a $10,000 account and do 2 micro lots. And then if you're going to lose 40 cents, who cares? Or $2, who cares? But you will still lose, I'm telling you now. That account, it may take a year, but that account will slowly disappear. So until you get the psychology and the trade management and the money management in order. So get your hands on that training, as I did over the years. I picked up a lot of that training, and I just kept going over it and over it until I finally figured it out. Took me a good 8 years before I started seeing success, and then over the past 5.5 years now, my trading has been getting better and better, and that's the way you have to do it. When you first find success, then you've got to slowly build your account and add more lots, and then you don't have to get a lot of pips. You can make a lot of money, 10 to 20 pips. You can make a fortune, but you do have to get to multiple standard lots and do more than one trade a day. You can trade 2 to 4 times Asian, 2 to 4 times London, or 2 to 4 times in the New York, which is what I do. I don't do the London. I'm sleeping. But Asian is great. A lot of pips to be made. Not a lot of pips, but remember what I said, 10 to 30 pips is very easily to get during the Asian session, which is like what I teach. And if you're wondering what's coming with the pip trigger, I just call it a basic package, but in reality, this is one heck of a package. If you've been around for a number of years, this is all that you really need. But if you haven't, then you need just a little bit more. get in touch with me, and obviously I'll tell you what you should have. But this is an excellent package to start with. And I'm showing you the exact same thing, which is right below this video. But there are many, many ways of trading. And I could even add a number more in here. You know, like trading, like triangles. And there are lots of different ways of trading. And I'm toying with the idea of adding that. You know, I could do, I have 7 versions of the PIP trigger. I could split it up, PIP trigger trading, the Heiken Ashi way, or the 1-2-3 way, or the M&W way, and I could be charging $250 for each and every one of them. But I'm not here to gouge people. I try to give you one heck of a lot for pennies on the dollar. There are many ways to trade, and you have to figure out which one is the easiest for you, and which, like inside here, trading before the news, after the news, using higher time frames, trend following system. And I tell everybody, start with the easiest way, because it is the easiest. If you cannot master the easiest way, you will struggle with the other ways. So this is very, very good, this one right here. And I'm adding more and more videos to it. See where it is over here, if I can find it. Somewhere in here. Easiest way to trade. I'm up to 6 videos now. And I even use a strategy tester. I cannot tell you how important it is. You use the strategy tester. I still do it 6 to 8 hours every weekend. Even still today. This is 26 minutes, but most of them are only 10 or 12 minutes. But this is very, very important. You do this. You can go back years, and you can speed up your learning curve in one weekend. It's like jump-starting your education by at least 6 months using this strategy tester, and I show you exactly how to do it. How to use strategy tester right here. These videos are the longest one, by the way. This is the longest, 50 minutes. I apologize for that. But you're going to learn a lot. You're going to see a real lot of stuff in here. But usually around 20 to 30 minutes. And, you know, as I'm using it, I decided to record it, like what I do every weekend. The list just keeps going on and on. So anyhow, I got to wrap up this video. It's way past the normal what I would like to do, but anyhow, if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. Look right below here. You'll get all my contact information. Skype me is the best, so we can do screen sharing. And I can certainly guide you and point you in the right direction, and save you thousands of dollars also, and many years of headaches. And so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if nothing else, I want to wish you good luck in your trading. Bye for now.